What's up, guys? It's that time again. We have Malik versus Tangey. It is a freeform showdown, and we're getting ready to get started, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
My favorite song, guys. Never fails. It's for the only one I see.
Sing it.
Yes. It's very, very extraordinary. You know, this reminds me of, didn't Michelle Tanner, or like, who sang this in Full House? Was it Stephanie? Do you guys remember that?
I was never a big Full House fan.
Yeah,
this
me
makes me
neither.
think
I
of
just swore.
The Parent Trap. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. This is totally
Every
the
time.
Parent Trap.
What is up, guys? Like I said before, we are back for the second round of this bracket for GU Ship. Tonight, it is Battle of the Freeform shows. It's Jordan and Tangey from Famous and Love, and Magnus and Alec.
Magnus and Alec. Malik.
Magnus and Alec from Shadowhunters. So they won their respective round ones. We are now officially in round two, so things are gonna get a little more serious. Karla, break down how the game works for us.
Okay, well, for those of you that may not have missed, wow, I can't even read today. For those of you that may have missed our previous weeks, we take two famous TV couples and pin them against each other and fight it out to see who will win this week's best TV couple. We judge 3 separate categories based on a 5-point system, and whichever couple wins, the Twitter poll starts off with 3 points.
Now
Which guys?
Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm not even going to front.
You guys,
This Twitter
this is
poll
so close.
was not even
so
remotely
close.
Not
close.
even remotely close. And guys, it was this team. Team Malik, Magnus and Alec, Love Forever, have won 98% to 2.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
even
that
get,
was intense.
I can't even get mad at that. Malik fans go hardcore.
They
They
go
really do.
really hard.
They
Because it's true love. Is why.
all right, all
Okay,
right.
all right.
Anyway, so
We'll see how true their love is tonight.
yeah, so Allie is going to be representing Malik. I will be representing
Tangey.
Tangey. If you don't know who this is, it's your girl Drew Jones. I will be representing Tangey, and our lovely panelist Karla will be the judge
Judging tonight.
solo judge. So,
Wow.
you know,
It's exciting.
be
It's
fair.
going down.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's going to be great.
It's going to be great. We are going to break into the first round. Karla, did you want to
Call
explain
the first round?
Yes.
So the first round is going to be, well, actually, I'll have you guys do a 30-second opening
Okay.
first. Who would like to go start?
I can start.
Okay, go off.
Okay,
sis.
go ahead.
So do you have the timer up?
Let me put the timer up, and then we'll go ahead and start you up. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
So basically the 3 categories that we're breaking into tonight definitely have very good components that will help Malik win. Why, you ask? Is because they have shown so many selfless ways to show that their love overcomes all. It overcomes evil. It overcomes any type of obstacle that comes their way. And just goes to show, as we saw in the season finale of 3A, is that Magnus sacrifices his magic in order to keep
That's up.
Alex's family alive.
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty. Now, take it away, Tangey.
All right. They say if you can make it in Hollywood, you can make it anywhere. And guys, Tangey is kicking it, pushing through in Hollywood. They have overcome scandals. They have overcome affairs. They have overcome the press, crazy fans. And through it all, even when they aren't together, they still remain to have a really strong friendship. And you can just see how much they care about each other, even if they're not together. And I think that the passion that they have for one another will be proven tonight.
Those 30 seconds fly so by, and
I
like
know.
it's
It's
hard
so
because I'm
quick.
trying to listen to you and like watch this, and I feel like I get distracted.
They go real fast.
They are very passionate, and they are well, not them. Malik is very passionate, and I'm really excited about that.
Tangey is
Well,
really
you
passionate.
guys had both really good 30-second openings. Swan, I mean, you guys have both different couples. One of them is based in Hollywood, another one's based in superpowers. But I'm here for the best team. So we'll start with the first category.
Before we start into our first category, I want to bring up someone else who's super passionate about everything that they do. Allie, you want to take it away?
Yes, for those of you who like to learn and grow in all aspects of your life, we've got the perfect podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos feature celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, and so much more. Let our Maria be the big sister that you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition, and it's free, guys. All you need to do is go and rate and comment on iTunes and let them know that it was Do You Ship that brought you there. Again, that's Conversations with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition. Go check it out. It is so phenomenal. You won't want to miss this one, guys.
It sure is. You know, Maria brings her husband, Keven, on there all the time, and we ship them.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
120%.
Enough with all this lovey-dovey stuff. Let's get to fighting.
Let's
Yes,
get into
please.
it.
And for the first round, we have Best Support System.
Guys, I don't even think you want to know. I will start though. All right.
Okay.
So we've got best support system. Okay, that's talking friends, that's talking family, and everybody surrounding their love and the support of them. We've got Alec and Magnus, who in many ways, more than one, could have possibly, like, all their friends could have been against them coming together because they are, you know, one's a Shadowhunter and one's from the downworld. So they had so many odds against them, but their friends and family came together to see that their happiness and their love for one another was so true and so overpowering and amazing and love at first sight that they couldn't deny any of this from happening, to which this love and this support from their friends has actually helped different worlds come together. We've got the Downworlders, we've got the Sealies, and we've got the Shadowhunters that have all technically come together and supported Magnus and Alec to be together.
What is this, Romeo and Juliet?
Well, they've all supported them
they died.
just to be together in order for them to be able to, you know, they fight together not only for themselves and not only in support of their love, but for everybody else. Magnus and Alec always put each other, you know, they put each other, you know, almost, I don't even know how to explain this, but they love each other so much that they make sure that each other's friends and families are taken care of, and also their friends and families take care of them in any way possible that they can make happen. And it's just phenomenal that all these people come and support them no matter what. Alec even called off a wedding, and no one really got mad at him because you know why? Because they supported the love that they saw in their son.
I'm sorry,
and
Alec
their
was
friend.
getting married to someone else?
Yeah, because he was trying to do the right thing and do something for... This is before he was able to finally admit that he was in love with Magnus. But he called off his own wedding, and it ended up kissing Magnus mid-cancellation of the wedding, and all of his family and friends supported.
Very interesting. Well, unfortunately for Tangey and Jordan, they don't have the traditional... Well, not unfortunately, it is cool in their own way, but they don't get the traditional support of family because Jordan comes from a family, you know, where his mom has abusive boyfriends, and she's kind of a wreck on herself, and she constantly is leeching off of Jordan. And Tangey has a momager who's constantly leeching off of her. So there's a lot of trust issues there because of their parents. But luckily for them, they have their friends.
Friends? You mean friends that you sleep with their moms?
Okay, first of all, we're not getting into that right now. Second of all, Tangey, yes, was technically Rainer's ex-girlfriend.
Rainer, meaning his best friend. Rainer and Jordan were best friends, and he slept with...
She does.
No one supports Tangey and Jordan more than Rainer. As a matter of fact, Rainer is the one who kind of pushes them together.
I do not recall, before he pushes them together, they have an all-out brawl, and meanwhile, Jordan is sleeping with his mom, Rainer's mom.
But you know what?
How is it supported in any way possible? Does Rainer, he didn't even know that this was happening at the time.
we're not shipping Rainer and Jordan here. We're shipping Jordan and Tangey. And when it comes to the relationship,
But this
Jordan
is
and
best
Tangey-
support system.
Yes, and despite
So who has supported him in wanting to be with Rain? No one's really wanting this, because even Rainer's mom is like, nah, bro, that's my son's.
But Rainer has, despite all of this, continuously supported Jordan's relationship with Tangey, because Tangey has been someone that Jordan's been able to be real with throughout all of it. She was, besides Jordan or Rainer, who was obviously there when Jordan, is out on his own when they're like younger, and Nina, that's Rainer's mom, was able to like kind of adopt Jordan. Besides Rainer and Nina, no one knew about Jordan's real family situation.
Okay.
And
But
Jordan,
this is not about Jordan's family situation.
This
This
is
is
about your support
Jordan.
system.
I'm
Who
saying-
else? Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Who
Whose
else?
team are you on here,
I'm
Carla?
just
'Cause
asking
it sounds
questions.
like you're rooting.
I'm
for-
just asking
It
questions.
sounds a little biased to me.
Okay, question. Malik
Yes.
Malik is telling me that they have support system from family and friends.
I'm sorry.
You're
that my
telling
fam-
me that Tangey, they only have support system from Rainer, which is one
that's
person.
not true. I was gonna give you more people, but
Okay.
you two won't let me talk.
Go ahead.
Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by thing one and thing two, there's also Alexis, who is Tangey's best friend. Alexis, who is a really selfish person. It says a lot for the fact that she's rooting so hard for them, because she's often very wrapped up in her own situations, and so for
But
her,
you're saying rooting, which is different than supporting a couple.
that's not necessarily true. When you're rooting for somebody, you do things to support their cause. When you're rooting for your favorite football
But you-
team, you're buying their merchandise, you're showing up to their
just
games.
said that even though she supports, she still is going about her own thing, or not supports. She is.
Anytime that they've had any sort of misunderstanding or anything like that, Alexis has been one of the first people to try to get them back in the room together to help them work through their issues. Paige, who is completely new to the group, is even supportive of it, and Paige is like so busy. Paige has like 1,000,005 things on her plate, but the one thing I think everyone in the locked cast, which is how they all know each other, is that Jordan and Tangey have something real. And I think when they can all put aside their beef with one another and support
But
this
have they?
yeah, they have. That's the one thing everyone
have.
can agree on, is that Jordan and Tangey should be together. Even when, they've gone their separate ways and have been with other people, their friends and stuff are still being like, you should go back to Tangey.
I don't like Tangey with Pablo.
No one likes Tangey.
Okay,
but okay, I can get into it really belongs more in the most passionate, but the Tangey and Pablo thing is not going to last, as we've seen in the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The love and the respect and the admiration for one another is too strong between Jordan
Yeah.
and Tangey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying we've got like a support system of a solid 5 people and different parts of a realm in order to support these 2 amazing
I'm
individuals
sorry that my
that
2
love one
couples
another.
unfortunately have deadbeat families. Are you punishing people who don't have supportive families?
They have so many friends. Most of Magnus's family members and friends are people that he's known
And
for
Tangey,
centuries.
they have fans.
in Hollywood, it's really quality over quantity. So no, they don't have as many friends in general, not just supporting their relationship, just in general, because in Hollywood you have to be so careful about who you let in their circle. So their inner circles are 100% for them.
Well, guys, this has been...
These have been great arguments.
These
I feel like
have
I did
been
great.
Really great arguments. I'm going to take into consideration both of the things, both of their situations. Ones have superpowers, one's in Hollywood, and I'm going to write my points down, and then we will go ahead and move on to the second round.
I have to mention that Billie Jean Girl 24 in the chat. If you guys are listening on the podcast, we've got a live chat going for those that are watching the YouTube channel live. And she said Tangey sounds like a type of fungus.
Well, Malik sounds like a nickname for back knee. So
What?
I don't know.
Does it?
I don't know.
Malik is beautiful. When I think of the word Malik, I think of a heart. I think of true love. I think of
Okay, Allie, stop.
looking into one's eyes and lusting after them.
Okay, I have written down my points.
Okay.
So moving on to the second round is most likely to survive on a deserted island.
Okay. What?
This time I'm gonna have Tangey start.
That's fine. I'll hold my points.
In a lot of ways, Hollywood is like being on a deserted island because even though there's constantly people around you, you're constantly like isolated in your own situation because you have to be so private. And I think any of the issues that Jordan and Tangey have had has been because of outside like situations coming in. And so them together is just really pure and authentic and raw. And so I think that being on a deserted island just together, like they don't have issues when it comes to just them. Like there's never been an issue of them not caring about each other enough, not, being passionate enough about each other, not respecting each other, understanding each other, or being able to communicate.
How is this going to help them survive on the island? What are they going to do for food? Who's going to be able to?
I think one of the big food and all of that is actually pretty easy.
Who's going to be the one that's going to be able to cook stuff? Who's going to start the fire?
Okay.
Who's going to go fishing?
Y'all, you just won't let me get anything out. I was building up a case here.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, Drew. You know I love you.
I think one of the biggest issues with being on a deserted island is you have to like the other person that's on the island with you, and you have to be able to work with them. Mm-hmm. And so I think that Janji makes an excellent team because they really are on the same wavelength as far as communication and fulfilling each other's, where someone's weak, the other one's really strong. Jordan is really good with surviving in general. He's had a really rough childhood. He's really had to fight tooth and nail, and he knows how to survive. So I think all of the manual things like Jordan understands. However, Tangey is much more domestic and, knows how to not only survive, but to live, if that makes sense. She knows how to enjoy life, and she knows how to make a bad situation something that can be luxurious. And I think not only would they survive on a deserted island, I think they would thrive.
Oh my God.
On a deserted island.
Well, they may thrive, but guess what? This is where my couple comes in handy because Magnus is magical.
Okay, well that's on BS.
But I'm not even going to say, magic aside. We've got Alec, who obviously is very well versed in being able to fight. He's a fighter, he's a Shadowhunter, so therefore he's got to use a lot of different weapons sometimes in order to fight these people. So therefore, he's got really great hand-eye coordination. He's amazing with a bow. His bow and arrow is actually one of his main sources of weapons. Therefore, it comes with him everywhere, so it would be in my mind that if he's going to get stranded on an island, he's obviously going to be stranded with the pack of arrows on his back, which means
and if he weren't to be stranded with this pack of arrows,
he would be able to find sticks in order to, he would find the sources in order to make the bow and arrow and be able to hunt and find food. Magnus on the other hand, even though he is a warlock and could probably find uses of magic, he currently doesn't have it right now, but he's very resourceful because he's been on Earth for thousands of years. So therefore, he's been eating things, back in the old day before there was any type of particular foods that, were made and processed. He could probably know exactly which berries to eat, which animals they could eat because he has all this knowledge in his brain and he's been through life for thousands of years. So he's been able to live on Earth before, cars were made. So he's been able to survive technically. Without any of this.
Well,
not to mention,
all right,
they have love that will get them through. And we've got Alec, who will fight for the food, and then Magnus with the brains.
I will say
that's no power.
I will say that Jordan and Tangey just finished filming a movie called Locked, and in the movie Locked, they actually are on a deserted island. So I think that they would take some of the things that they had to act out because, sometimes actors really take on what they're doing on set, and they're able to.
Except they had food given to them after takes and water.
But they still learned how to do certain things because they were acting, and acting is still going through the motions and doing things. And I think for two millennial, non-magical, normal-aged people, they would fend for themselves pretty dang well.
Well, I did say that sans magic. Say they didn't have any magic, Alex he doesn't have magic. He just has a bow and arrow, and he's good at fighting because he's been training his whole life. He's been training to be able to use that bow and arrow, to use different things in order to kind of hunt and fight, because he has to hunt demons every day. So in order to...
But he still has those powers because magic. Because,
but it's not magic.
But because magic exists. He had to learn those things because magic exists in his
but
world.
that doesn't mean that he's not a fight. He's a fighter,
Well, no,
you know?
I understand. I'm just saying that my characters would probably have to learn how to do those things too if magic was in their world, but it's not. It's just the magic of Hollywood.
Also,
movie magic.
I'm just saying because Magnus also is just very smart and would be able...
Because he's old?
Yeah, kind of.
Why is he old? How was he able to live that long, though?
Magic. But that doesn't matter, because even if he didn't have magic, he would have the knowledge in order to be able to find out what to eat and be able to put things together.
He would be a crusty skeleton if he didn't have magic, because he wouldn't be alive.
Well, this is not about how old you are. This is about surviving on an island, and if they had no magic, they'd be able to survive basically set on their skills that they have.
Magnus wouldn't survive because he wouldn't have magic to keep him alive for thousands of years, and he would be a skeleton.
But that doesn't matter, because he actually, after season 3A that just ended, he was taken away of his magic, but he still obviously is immortal. So he's going to be able to, even though he has no magic to fend for himself.
But immortality, in a sense, would be magic, would it not?
No, not necessarily, because you're technically, I think it's like you're born that way in that sense.
Do you know any immortal people?
Not in real life, but that's not the topic we're fighting right now. I think I gave really great specifics as to how they could survive on an island, which is what this topic is, most likely to survive on an island.
Also, I just want to throw out there that Tangey is a black woman in country music, and I think if she could do that, she can survive anything, because that was a rough period of her career.
Well, guys, I think I already have my points.
Okay.
Enough.
That was great.
That was a really good one.
Good
and
round.
that was enough, like, points on each one of you guys' ends for me to kind of be like, okay, realistically, who would survive more? This last round is going to be most passionate.
No.
Please give me examples, since there's no videos today. I need you guys to
All right.
really hit this one off.
I am descriptive AF. I got you.
PG-13 for those who are watching.
I mean, it's
Just
freeform,
kidding.
so I think we're pretty safe in that department. Did you want to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it is something that you, like, if you've seen the show, passion is not even anything that you can even look past, because the emotion that they put into any sentence they even say to each other, anything they do for each other, is inspired by passion.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I feel your passion for Malik.
Oh, thanks, Carla.
I'll give it to you.
No, I'm serious. Every time Magnus is they have a lot of obstacles that are in their way, and things that they kind of have to, trials and tribulations, to kind of get them to the next chapter, next episode, whichever you may see on TV. But with that being said, no matter what Magnus does in order to get Alec, to a good point in his life, it's all for him. Any parts of selflessness is thrown out of the window, and he legitimately always puts Alec first no matter what. And that obviously stems from passion, from loving and caring for someone so incredibly much that you want to put their happiness and their health and their family above all else is beyond measure. As well as same thing with Alec. He was so passionate about the way he felt from Alec and what he saw from Alec the first time they even encountered each other, just from asking for a simple drink, that he realized that there was more behind those words. There was more behind the thoughts and the feelings that they had just in conversation as, in the beginning, friends. They obviously, they met. That has to grow. But that passion came out where he realized that he could not live without Magnus. And there's been cases and points that have shown that he's legitimately done everything for Magnus as well, and tried to, mend fences of different parts of the world that they live in. And I just find that really, really powerful and passionate, and that's kind of the name of the game. And just one last thing before I let Drew go, I would just like to mention and throw out there that Alec and Magnus have been through so much, and this last 3A season finale showed that Magnus truly would do anything for him, because Alec was so scared to lose his brother and his parabatai that Magnus gave up his magic to his demon father in order for his family to be complete. Which, if that's not passion, I'm not sure what is.
Cool. So, I think a lot of people, not Allie, obviously you had great examples, but I think a lot of people misconstrue passion as something that's meant to be, you know, sexualized or whatever. And I think the cool thing about Jordan and Tangey is that passion for them is just how they interact in general. Like, there's never a moment where they're not passionate about each other. Jordan, currently in season 2, has revealed to the world that he actually killed his mom's boyfriend because he was abusive, wasn't attacking his mom, and so he killed him in defense. And so Jordan's kind of having his world fall apart right now. He's going through all these things, and Tangey, despite the fact that they're apart, just like how she looks at him, just the concern in her eyes, the fact that she's really on top of the world right now. She kind of has everything she wants, and she's risking messing that up to go and make sure he's okay. He even he breaks a mirror and ends up cutting his hand really bad, and just how she's, you know, tending to it and wrapping it up and everything, like everything is so tender and so pure and so loving. And a fan takes a photo of them, and the fact that they're not even doing anything wrong, like, she's really just helping, but it's the way they're looking at each other is so intense and so beautiful that people are assuming that they're together, because just like their body language, without being, you know, steamy and hot whatsoever, it's so strong that people are just assuming that they're together. And I think the beauty of them is that whether they're together or not, the passion's still there, and everything, like, whatever relationship, however their relationship takes form, there's passion there, whether it's friendship, whether it's being in a relationship. Even when they're mad at each other, they're passionately mad at each other, because they have such a deep effect on one another. And just like, I don't know, I love Malik. I think Malik's a great couple. I just think Jordan and Tangey have such a tangible and relatable relationship. But
I will say that Magnus and Alec do have a relatable relationship as well, because even if you did take away the magic and the things that they've gone through, they still go through normal things that other relationships might go through. They have small fights about whether or not it's time to move in. You know, they have fights about, you know, you're not giving me enough attention. But either way, that's still passion, and that's still relatable into any type of relationship. And they've done so much for their world in general to show that their love is going to defy any odds, because they're constantly, no matter what they go through, they will survive.
I dig it. And I will just add this, and then I'll be done. I think you can really see the passion between the two actors, Peppy and Keith, who play Tangey and Jordan, because they really are like such good friends, and the passion, like, there's no romantic passion outside of it, but I think just the passion that they put into their friendship and towards their craft really displays on TV, and we get to see that. Like, we get to see scenes with them without saying anything, without really having any, like, plot line there. We just see the passion.
It's getting deep.
They're just like
I'm about to cry.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I just think they're a dope couple, and I feel like they're one of the most passionate couples on TV without really having to do anything. So.
Well, I just want to say that too, that, you know, Malik, that Alec and Magnus, their passion on screen has just, I feel like, given so many people, you know, a relatable thing.
They are like trailblazers, for
right,
sure.
They've just done so much, and they're just such a beautiful couple on camera together, and I think they just do such a phenomenal job to represent their love for each other and their passion.
I dig it.
It is. It's like when you watch them on screen, you can't help but feel the love through a camera, which is crazy. Like, that's amazing to be able to do that.
I feel like I don't have a closing statement. I feel like I kind of wrapped it into my third round.
I feel like
I was just about to tell you guys to have a closing statement.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
I think that obviously, I think that Malik represents everything in these categories in so many more ways than one, and they've done so much for each other in this show, and just the support from their friends and their family and the support that they've given each other has been crazy. And to think that where they are today at the end of this last part of the season before we get to go into 3B, they've just done They've been through a lot, and I just think that they're gonna conquer it, and they're gonna come out on top because they do have such a great support system, and there's so much passion with them, and they're gonna live happily ever after. I just know it.
I dig.
Well, you guys, this was a tough round. This was so tough because, like, I've seen Famous in Love and I watch Famous in Love, and Shadowhunters I've never seen, but I can, from what you've told me, like the last episode and this one, like I can definitely tell that these couples are definitely in love with each other. So for this round, I did the scoring a little bit differently. I did it out of 5 points, but like I split those 5 points between the two couples, because if not, then this was going to be super messy for me. So this is why there's like maybe a huge difference in the points, but it was still really close. Like literally both of the couples are awesome, but from what I've been told, I just want to state the fact that once again the Twitter poll helped
Woo!
a lot. With 11 points, Malik wins this evening, and
You're
7
great
points for Tagey.
Yeah! I will say, I'm not even remotely mad that Malik won, because I think they are such an important couple on TV. I love
They
that.
are.
They're one of the few representations of a gay couple, I think, that doesn't have any, like, BS stereotypes. They're just authentically a couple. You know, it doesn't matter that they're both boys. They're just a couple.
Yeah.
And they go and do normal couple things. And I love that it's never really brought up that it's two boys because it's normal. And that's, like, you know, like, I love that Shadowhunters does it like that. That it's just, it's not crazy that it's two boys in love. It's crazy that it's, like, this hunter and this magician or whatever, you know, like it's
they're just a beautiful couple. Love Malik, and they're going on to the next round, friends.
Yes, they are. Next week,
that was a good fight.
That was a good fight. That was fun. Next week we have a CW showdown with Grace and Anissa from Black Lightning against Barry and Iris from The Flash. Y'all already know I'm going to be repping Team West Allen. We're going to have a special guest in here to rep the Black Lightning crew. It's going to be super fun. Until then, ladies, where can they find you guys?
You guys can find me on Instagram at AllieGirl.
And hey guys, you can find me on Instagram at I am Karla Beltran, or on Twitter at Karla Beltran with an R at the end.
And I'm Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ. You make sure to subscribe to AfterBuzz TV on YouTube, on iTunes. Go ahead and give us 5 stars on this show. Make sure to give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and leave us comments basically anywhere. We'd love to talk to you guys, know what you all think. Let us know who your favorite couple is, and we'll see you guys next week.
Ciao.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.